Picture this. Bob walks into Tony's Pizza in 1990 with a crisp $5 bill, orders a large pepperoni pizza, and walks out with change. Fast forward to today, and Bob needs $15 for the same pizza. Did the pizza get 3 times better? Nope. Welcome to inflation, the sneaky economic force that's been nibbling away at your money like that friend who just wants a bite of your pizza. Today, we're breaking down inflation using everyone's favorite food, pizza. Let's dig in. What is inflation? The Great Pizza Party. Meet the residents of Sticktown, Bob, Jess, Sam, and 7 other hungry stick figures. At their weekly pizza party, there are exactly 10 people and exactly 10 pizza slices. Everyone gets 1 slice, everyone's happy, and life is good. But next week, word spreads about how amazing these pizza parties are. Now 20 people show up, but there are still only 10 slices. Watch what happens. Jess desperately waves $2 at a slice owner. Sam frantically holds up $3, trying to outbid her. Suddenly, pizza slices that were free are selling for $5 each as people compete for the limited supply. This, my friends, is inflation in action. When demand outpaces supply, prices rise. The pizza didn't get better. There just wasn't enough to go around. Inflation is simply the general increase in prices over time. $1 today buys less than $1 did yesterday. Why do prices rise? The pizza slice mystery. So why do prices keep climbing? There are several culprits in this pizza crime scene. First, demand can increase. More people chasing the same goods equals higher prices, like Black Friday shopping, but with cheese. Second, production costs can rise. See Tony sweating as he stares at his bills. Cheese prices went up 50%, tomatoes cost double, and his rent increased. When it costs more to make pizza, Tony has to charge more to stay in business. It's not greed, it's math. But here's the big one. When there's more money chasing the same goods. Imagine Mayor Stick decides to make everyone rich by printing money and giving everyone $1,000. He stands proudly next to his printing machine, thinking he's solved poverty forever. But Tony still only makes 10 pizzas. Now everyone has more money to spend on the same limited pizza. What happens? Prices skyrocket. Watch as stick figures literally bring wheelbarrows of cash to buy a single slice. It's like having 20 people at an auction for one item. The bidding war begins. The pizza slice dilution effect. Why printing money backfires. Here's where our pizza analogy gets really tasty. Imagine the economy is one giant pizza, and each dollar in circulation is like a slice of that pizza. In 1990, there were fewer dollars in circulation, so each dollar was like a thick, hearty slice of economic pizza. Bob's $5 could buy a lot because each dollar represented a bigger chunk of the economy's value. But when governments print more money, it's like cutting the same pizza into more slices. You have more slices, but each one is thinner. The pizza didn't get bigger, it just got divided more ways. Poor Jess is trying to eat what's basically a translucent wafer of pizza. She can literally see through her slice. This is why printing money doesn't create wealth. It just spreads the existing wealth thinner. It's like trying to feed more people by cutting the pizza smaller. Taken to extremes, you get hyperinflation, like Germany in the 1920s, when people literally needed wheelbarrows of cash to buy bread. Watch this poor stick figure struggling to push his wheelbarrow of worthless money just to buy a cup of coffee. At that point, you'd literally get more nutrition eating the cash than buying food with it. Real-world pizza problems. Let's get real about where inflation bites you in the wallet. Remember Bob's $5 pizza from 1990? Watch 1990. Bob happily buying pizza for $5, filling up his car for 50 cents per gallon, and paying $400 in rent. Life was good. Fast forward to today and 2024, Bob looks shocked as he pays $15 for the same pizza, $4 per gallon for gas, and $1,500 for rent. This isn't just pizza, it's everything. Take groceries. Food prices have roughly doubled since 2000. Watch Jess staring in disbelief at a $4 bag of chips that used to cost $2. Or college tuition. It's increased at twice the rate of general inflation. Sam's parents paid $3,000 per year for college. Now Sam's looking at a $30,000 bill with the expression of someone who just got punched by a textbook. And housing? Houses that sold for $100,000 in 1990 now cost $400,000. Watch these stick figures in a bidding war that looks more like a gladiator arena than a real estate market. But here's the kicker. Wages haven't kept up. If salaries increased at the same rate as pizza prices, Bob would be making $45 per hour instead of $15. The pizza slices got thinner, but paychecks didn't get proportionally thicker. Good inflation versus bad inflation. Plot twist. Not all inflation is bad. Like Goldilocks and her porridge, there's a just right amount of inflation that keeps the economy healthy. Zero inflation sounds great, but it can signal economic stagnation. When prices aren't rising at all, it might mean nobody's buying anything, and the economy is stuck in neutral. It's like a pizza party where nobody wants pizza. Something's definitely wrong. Most economists agree that 2 to 3% annual inflation is the sweet spot. It's enough to show the economy is growing and healthy, but not so much that it outpaces wage growth. Your pizza gets slightly more expensive each year, but your paycheck should grow too. But when inflation gets too high, like the 7 to 9% we saw in 2021 to 2022, it becomes a real problem. Suddenly, your money is losing value faster than your income is growing. It's like watching your pizza slice shrink in real time while the price keeps going up. This is why central banks exist. They're like the pizza party coordinators, trying to keep inflation in that Goldilocks zone. They raise interest rates to cool down an overheated economy, or lower them to encourage spending. It's like adjusting the oven temperature to keep the economic pizza cooking just right. Conclusion: don't let your money get sliced too thin. So, there you have it. Inflation explained through the lens of everyone's favorite food. Whether it's your morning coffee, your rent, or an actual pizza, inflation affects everything by making each dollar worth a thinner slice of the economic pie. Watch Bob having his light bulb moment. When Grandpa talks about nickel sodas, he's not lying or exaggerating. Nickels were just thicker pizza slices back then. Remember, a little inflation is normal and healthy, like seasoning on your pizza. But too much inflation is like drowning your slice in hot sauce. It ruins the whole experience. The key takeaways? Inflation happens when demand outpaces supply, when production costs rise, or when there's too much money chasing too few goods. It's not usually about corporate greed. It's about economic pizza getting sliced thinner. Understanding inflation helps you make better financial decisions. Maybe that means asking for raises that keep up with inflation, or understanding why your parents' stories about cheap everything aren't just nostalgic fairy tales. Don't let your savings get sliced too thin. Hit that subscribe button for more Stickonomics. And remember, whether it's pizza or economics, the best things in life are worth understanding, even if they do cost more than they used to.